What do you think, Amber?
I like it.
Better than the Can-Am?
Hope so.
Yeah. Well, as you can probably see by the title of this video, we ended up with a new side-by-side. Got the Polaris Ranger 1000 XP. So this is a Northstar edition, so it has heat and AC, and it's also the Trail Boss edition. So we picked this up a couple of days at I think it's United Motorsports in Richmond, Kentucky. Traded in the Can-Am X3. So I like the Can-Am, but it just wasn't for what we were doing with it. This one, you know, obviously we can haul, we can tow, and we can actually have some friends in it. Got plenty of room. The XPs or XP Northstar Rangers are super nice, but the Trail Boss kind of takes it one step further. It's got the high clearance A-arms, front and rear, and also it has the load leveling rear suspension, which I'm not quite sure on exactly what that does, if anybody knows. I know obviously it helps keep it level when you're loaded down with weight, but not exactly sure how that works yet. So anyway, here's the high clearance A-arms in the rear. So the Trail Boss also has what they call the hill descent control. So apparently it's something in the front differential now that, and some of the Polaris guys may know this, but when you are in four-wheel drive in a Polaris, or any of the Polarises I've had, the General, the older Razors, well, this Ranger, if you go down a hill in four-wheel drive, it's only holding back with the rear tires. So with these Trail Boss editions and the hill descent control, it will actually hold back like a true four-wheel drive vehicle with the front wheels as well. So you don't get that scooting action like when you're going down a steep, you know, like a loose terrain hill, you know, rocky or muddy or something other. It'll kind of scoot with the back tires. But these under a certain mile per hour won't do that. So it will actually hold back with the front wheels, and that was one of the big selling points for us on the Trail Boss. I don't know why there's not more videos out about that. I feel like that's something that Polaris should have been doing for a long time, and glad they're starting to implement it. So, you know, maybe moving forward that'll be in a few more machines, because I think that's a really neat feature. Yeah, so far we've had it out on the trail. We got 20 some 30 miles or something there on it, maybe. Ride's good. I mean, obviously it's not no Pro XP or X3 Can-Am, but for what it is, ride's great. I love being able to talk inside. You know, I mean, even if someone's in the back seat, you can still hear the person and talk to them. I think that's really nice. So the soundproofing in these are really good, and the ride, like I say, is better than I expected for a more of a utility machine. So yeah, plenty enough to get up and go. I think it's only got 80 some horsepower, but plenty enough for what we do. You know, coming from a 200 horse machine or 195 horsepower machine, this does all I need and then some. So really impressed so far with the performance. I think this color is called Ghost White. I think it looks really nice. Oh, and also the Trail Boss edition comes with the backup light up there, which it's switched. They got an extra switch pod above the rear view mirror now in these. It comes with these Pro Armor 29-inch 29 by 11 by 14 rear. It's a Pro Armor X Terrain, and on the front it's a 29 by 9 14 Pro Armor X Terrain. The LED headlights are actually really bright. Yeah, so far so good. I really like it. Let's check out the inside here. So moving to the inside, the dash is really nice, laid out. This one's got the ride command. So you got turf mode, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and the settings for basically adjust your throttle percentage. That, you know, the performance obviously gives a little more fuel for a little bit of movement with your foot. But anyway, here's that hill descent control. I really like that so far. Up here's the switches I was talking about. It's got a little switch pod. This is for that backup light, but you got 3 extra blanks here to put some more switches if you need to. My only real complaint with this machine would have to be the seats. So I mean, they got a little bit more bolstering on them than previous year models, but comfort is not, it's not as comfortable as I'd hoped for a utility machine. So the seat kind of flat, kind of short on your thighs, and then it's such a far drop from the seat down to the floor that it's not as comfortable as you'd think. So like Amber, when she sits in here, she's basically tiptoeing to touch the floor, and that's just not comfortable after a while. Seat backs are a little bit steep, and the bottom is flat. So if the bottom was up a little bit more like this, so had a little more cant to it, and then the floor was raised up or the seat was lowered down, it'd be a lot more comfortable. But it's really upright seating position. Now some people may like that, but me coming from sportier machines, it's not my favorite. But other than that, the machine is perfect. It's really nice. The back seats are basically the same as the front, but I feel like it's a little more comfortable back there. I don't know if it's less of a drop down to the floor or what, but sitting in the back feels more comfortable than sitting in the front seats. Don't know why that is yet, but anyway, I think that can be remedied. I got a few ideas for that. So I'm gonna work on that eventually and try to get a little more comfort out of the seats. You know, the ride is great. So as far as comfort from the ride, that's no problem. It's just the seats are not as ergonomic as I think they should be in these machines. But the new Ranger coming out is probably a lot better. And the Expedition, the General, all those I've sat in, which I had a General, but the Expedition, super comfortable. The General is really comfortable. The seat bases in the General was a little short too. So this, I think if this was scooted out and then the front raised up and lowered down into the floor a little bit more, it'd be actually really comfortable in here. So don't know, I'm not sure why they did that, why it's so high up. I guess because the distance from the seat to the pedal is really close, so that kind of helps with that. Maybe that's why it's designed that way. But anyway, yeah, Heat and air controls here, super nice on that part. We're gonna get the windows tinted here pretty soon. We're gonna get ceramic tint, probably go all the way around, even the front window, and see if that helps a little bit. The air conditioner is great. Like, even on the hottest days, it's still cool in here. Obviously, it's not riding around in a new truck or something AC, but it's really good. Keeps it nice and cool. And like I say, I love the sound deadening. You know, you can see it's got the felt behind the seats here, got it behind these seats as well, but it's super quiet in here. I really like that. And I like the tip out windshield on the Ultimate models, and versus the non-tilt out window, which we almost bought the premium and was debating on it and the Ultimate. So we wanted the Ride Command, which we'd had in the General before, and kind of wanted to go back that route. But I really wanted that hill descent control. I thought that was a nice option, so can't wait to really test that out. I've kind of been a few places. I think it's actually working. What I thought would have normally skidded, I didn't test it out thoroughly, but I'll probably do that here for long if enough people ask me about it, because like I say, I haven't seen much online about the hill descent control, and I think that's going to be really nice on this machine. So anyway, I've been rambling on long enough here. Let's take one more look at the outside, and I'll cut this video out here. Yeah, so there it is. You can look online, there's tons of specs on these and quite a few videos, but as far as covering, like I say, the load leveling, rear suspension, and the hill descent control, I can't find a lot on that stuff, so guess I'll be figuring that out on my own. But yeah, so far great machine. I mean, really like it. I was hesitant on getting a Ranger. I just didn't see myself wanting a Ranger. I thought about getting the Expedition. I still may one of these years, but figured we'd let that, see how they do over the next year or two. But this, you know, this has been out for a little while, and oh, super happy with it so far. Yeah, like I say, United Motorsports in Richmond, they really worked with us and was helpful. You know, always call back. You know, some places you'll call and then they won't return your calls, or you know, they just, I guess they get enough calls that they don't know if everybody's serious. But you know, like I said, call down here, and I talked to Jeff, was my sales associate. I got his number and stuff here. I'll put that in the description if you want to get in touch with him. But you know, he was there. He would write me back. He, you know, did what he said he would do, got me the information, anything I needed, and so yeah, can't complain about none of that. But anyway, this video is getting a little bit long, so I'll end this here, and there'll be a few more videos coming of this machine, obviously. So got a few plans for it. Some rock sliders here, you know, little Nerf bars, whatever, to kind of protect where it's so long. And right now we're just going to kind of ride it. Eventually I'd like to do some sort of lift, either portals or maybe long arm suspension. I'm not really sure yet, so kind of in the plans. But right now we're just going to kind of run the wheels off of it and see how it does, and just use it. So here pretty soon what you'll see is the windows tinted, and then the rock sliders. So those are the big plans for right now. But anyway, let's end this video here and get on something else.